Hey, welcome to the session live. I'm your host. You already know Minister Fred 2, aka Dr. Whitlow, Coach Whitlow for my youth working in the sports arena. Listen, I'm excited about our show today. And let me tell you why I'm so excited. I'm excited because I have a co host, a special co host, going to be joining me for the entire broadcast. Um, he serves in the area of our medium. He's a media manager for No More Dirty Incorporated. And you get to meet him. But we're going to kind of talk about some things I think are very important. We had a lot of people ask as we're wrapping up um, this year and how you can get even more involved. And we're just going to have a real interesting conversation. He's over there snickering. But anyway, without any further ado, you know we do this every Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then also, if you're on travel, because a lot of people do travel, then you can catch us on easily on a Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. Central. So we're going to kick it off with Eshawn Burgundy. This show exclusively, I think you'll find very interesting. A lot of FYIs, and then really what's coming next. So welcome to the session. Professor X in the building, our special guest, co-host, and this is going to be fun too, because my man is really the bomb. All right, so here it is. Let's give him some of that to Eshawn Burgundy. And the song is 33. You'll get the picture. 33. Let's go.
Hallelujah. They tell us Jesus died at 33. No, it's funny, that's the highest degree of masonry. They put subliminals in the word to confound the reader. That's why we need the Holy Spirit to interpret things. The lion pen of the scribes handle the scriptures falsely. Jeremiah 8:8, deception is costly. Yahusha Hamashiach, son of the living God. Hair like Basquiat, divine toast and wine from yourself. No private stop. His death was the cost of our transgression. Church put us on, but something off about that man complexion. I had to let go of the scholars and do some introspection. Truth trumps the devil's gospel and causes insurrection. Don't make us violent. That's the image of a sodomite killer. Don't keep us silent. Ain't when it's tried to identify with them. So you washed them. Caesarea, Borgia, be a pure demon. Get behind me, devil, like the Messiah addressing Peter. Y'all's glory gon' fall in Lebanon upon the cedars. They turn Yasharel into thugs and divas. Gave us male idols to worship with feminine features. A spiritual degree surpass a collegiate. The lion gonna arrive with unlimited ether and put Zion on his back, Jehoshaphat season. Yeah, everything gon' crash, everything gon' crash. 400 plus years, we finally free at last. I did enough years sober, it's time for me to spaz. Drunk in the spirit, only ice left in my glass. Don't put no glory on my name, it ain't no fame. I'm trying to collect, forget my story, I did my thing. But without the king, ain't nothing left. Baptized by fire, we the Kadesh. Sitting in flames ever since he left. If he the tree, I'm in the nest. Put me a check, know I'm blessed. I confess when I make a mess. Wearing that word around my neck. We here to serve, we the elect. Only thing I'm smoking is this flesh.
To go to the cross. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough. And it is because of our effort towards getting straight to the root that people oftentimes think we are dealing in tape.
I give honor to Hamashiach, Son of the Most High, the living word of the Father who is one with the Father at his right hand, close by. No love for that wicked graven image that is seared in our minds by the powers that be. Some of y'all close your eyes to pray, and when you do, that's who you be. Thou shalt not have no other gods. Shape nothing from the earth or from heaven or the sea. That's idol worship, and that's on purpose. Beloved, please allow the truth to set you free.
Hey, welcome back to the session live. I'm your host. You already know Doc Whitlow, Minister Fred, to Coach Whitlow for my young cats that I work with in housing. So in the building, part of the No More Dirty team. You know, I'm always talking about Professor X. You may hear me talking about the No More Dirty radio crew, but behind the scenes, we have a media marketing actually team. And this is I guess 1/3 of the team.
Yeah, it's 1/3 of the team.
So without any further ado, is my man Tucker Higgins. Welcome to the show, Doc.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
So we're gonna do something really fun today. But before we do, you guys know how this goes. We got to break Tucker in, man. Tucker's always behind the scene, making sure we get all the shots and all the media stuff. But today, since you're my guest / co-host, then we got to do this real deep thing. So 3 fun facts about who you are. Fact number 1. Talk to the folks.
Fact number 1, my favorite passion is actually children. I used to want to be a teacher. I was actually going to go to school to be a teacher and really make a difference with the youth. Fact number 2.
Fact number 2.
I love cooking. So anything,
Really?
just give me some ingredients and I will turn them into magic.
Now, I didn't know that. So now you know what's going to happen.
A few hidden talents. I got to keep him on his toes. I can't let him know everything, you know.
Oh, my goodness. All right, fact number 3. What you got, Doc?
Fact number 3, I started my first business when I was 18. I'm 23 now. Do the math.
Wow. You have how many businesses?
We're going to say 2.
2 going on 3.
Mm-hmm.
So what inspired you to like really become that serial entrepreneur? I guess that would be the word.
Honestly, not the money, but more so the financial freedom and the ability to make a difference in somebody else's life. My drive is to make someone's lives easier or better
Wow.
because I care about people.
Wow. See, again, now you're getting a backstory. You're getting to learn a little bit more about No More Dirty and the team, because a lot of times they see me or they may see the crew from the radio side, but we really have a talented bunch of staff that actually is very intentional about changing the world from a technological perspective, from a very compassionate perspective. What do you think, bro?
I think it's great that you're asking me these questions, but I like spinning the block because y'all don't see this, but behind the scenes, I'm texting him. If you're going to ask someone else a question, be ready for them to ask you. So I know you more than most of these people. So tell me 3 things about you that they don't know.
Okay, so this is how we doing this? Okay,
Yes.
Here we go. This is how we do it. All right. So 3 things that they may not know about me. 1, I actually enjoy downtime. Because a lot of people are like, hey man, Minister Fred, Doc, I see you everywhere. You're in these spaces, you're in these galas, you this and that and that. I really do enjoy finding downtime. Now, when I say downtime, I'm talking about downtime in terms of not doing any business.
Okay.
Now, I love people, so I can hang out all day long with people, and we could be doing nothing but laughing, watching a show, whatever. But I would say that would be my fun fact number 1, or a fact that they may not know, right? Number 2, I like going to, and this has been a recent number 2 for me within the last few years. I was invited to go to a Broadway play, and I actually like it. So now I'm kind of a fan of Broadway.
Okay.
Yes. So it might
Cultured.
be a musical, it might be an actual Broadway play, and I'm up to travel for that outside the hip hop shows. You know I know
Of
that.
course.
All right, what's up?
There's still a third one I'm
okay, all right.
looking for. See, he
Is a
tried
third
to
one?
get out of that one.
Wait,
Y'all
wait,
ain't
wait,
notice
wait.
it.
A third one. I don't know. You got it. Do you know? What do you think? Okay. All right. So a third fun fact, that I don't know if people may not know it, but I love fashion.
Okay, that one surprised me, and I see him more regularly. So
I really do
giving y'all
like
the
fashion.
inside scoop.
But the thing about it, I like unique fashionable styles. So
Okay.
like you'll see, like today, I'll have a really nice corporate blazer, but then I love some really dope jeans, and I like jeans that most people won't be wear. Like, who does this kind of combination? And then I'll either wear a brim or I'll do a fitted. This case, I'm rocking the piece with tan and brown and a white, blue and a white.
Okay.
So I really love colors. I love color coordination and I love fashion.
Alrighty, I love that. See, y'all got some information from him that he doesn't normally give out.
I don't.
But since you on your toes today, let's turn the tables for real and let's really be about these questions because
Okay, I'm open. So this is all on my man Tucker. So welcome to this special. I guess we'll call this an exclusive.
oh, this is an exclusive because as the media manager, I get all these questions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you some of the popular ones we get. So let me start you off with something easy. I'm gonna ease you into it for this one time
Okay.
because the team knows I ain't easy on you.
Right. He is not.
Tell us your favorite quote or scripture that you live by and are most passionate about now.
Okay. A favorite quote now that I really like is, and it's a scripture, but I see it as a quote, and I'll explain.
Okay.
I like the scripture that says, "Nothing is impossible to him or her that believeth." Now, that is a scripture, obviously, but for me, that scripture, I see it as more a montage, a quote of how to live and thrive. So it's not just get in the bag. It's not just being able to say I've accomplished something. It's really, if I can really conceptualize it, if I can believe that it can be done, then I'm going to put 100,000% energy in it, and then everybody around me is going to feel that energy to the point that let's try it.
Okay.
So that's a scripture and a quote that I would say that was most recent. And then the other one is, of course, I'm a new creature in Christ. Old things are passed away. That's encouraging to me that even though I struggled with things, and most people don't know I struggled with addiction. People didn't know that I've struggled with things that are internal, and I saw God deliver me, and it drives me, passionate wise, now to see people transformed. Does that make sense? So, like, to be delivered, to get help, to get resolved, to be a new person, a new Fred, and now to have all these accolades when people don't really know that I was that dude that didn't like school, was in this space, was addicted to these things, didn't believe I could get out of it, but it was because of someone pouring into me to make me actually conceptualize or even think, well, maybe I can be better. Maybe I can do better. Maybe I can thrive. I just don't know. Maybe I'll go ahead and get a degree. Maybe, and the maybe became, I'll try. And I'll try became, okay, I'm going to do it. And I'll do it became, push through it. And then next thing you know, everybody's like, man, I'm so proud of you, Fred. And I'm like, wow, if they only knew, Tucker, if they only knew what that looked like.
I think that's amazing. I think it's great that you're able to talk about it because so many people see folks like yourself in the spotlight and they think they've never been through anything, but they don't realize just how much you can go through, but how you can let those situations, no matter how good or bad, not define what you're capable of.
Pat, you're right. So do you want me to go to a song now or you want to?
So,
Okay, so yeah, this is in the media. This is how this goes. I'm like, we go through at point 1, point 2, point 3, and then he's like, okay, next. So anyway, we're gonna go to this next song. It's actually Professor, why don't you cue up a song that, and since we're talking about my journey, I guess, so to speak, there's a song that I wrote or penned with a good friend of mine, Sunday Postman, and it was really kind of one of the first songs in my journey since Hurricane Katrina, where I wrote something that was not just straight hip hop. It was more of a postmodern crossover kind of vibe. And it's called I'm Still Here. And it was because at one point I didn't think I was going to be here. I didn't think I could get out of the rut I was in. And so shout out to my man, Sunday Postman, and then also Glenda Burrell, who did the hook on it. Here it is. I think you'll love it. It's a really dope song, and it kind of speaks to a little bit about my mission and who I am. So here it is. I'm still here. Yo, this goes out to everybody, man. Just like in that dark space. Feeling alone, man. We gon' hit you up. Sunday Postman. Sunday Postman. Postman. Bro, they need it. Yeah.
Heard the bodies speak about him like they know him more, and I don't fit in. My friend asked me what I believe. I answered quickly, like it's easy. Am I so naive to agree with divinity? Not known personally.
So cold, man. Some people just talk about God, but they really know him.
The lights in the room go out for a minute, and I'm still here. And I'm still here.
Yeah. Let me share. Appreciate it, Postman. Well, when you rack with pain, unwarranted spaces, crazy lanes, here's the deal. Know that the light will come when you boldly speak and call his name. Yeshua. For me, it was Katrina B. But he said to me, yo, I love you. I understand it's a different normal, but I'm still here.
When I was young, boy, you're a loved son. Now I wonder what I have become. World full of cathedrals, not aiming for mass appeal. Just something I feel is real. As the hymn goes, people will know they are Christians by their love.
Real love.
Never noticed before the ominous tone, as if the phrase was a bad joke. The lights in the room go out.
Doesn't matter how dark it is.
For a minute, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm still here.
Thank you, God. Someone needs you right now. Yeah. You're never too far. Saying never too far. Yo.
The lights in the room go out.
It's okay.
For a minute, and I'm still here.
He's
And I'm still here.
Give him your heart. It's tough. God, I ask that you would bless them. Save them. Yo. This goes out to everybody, man. Just like in that dark space. Feeling alone, man. We gon' hit you up. Sunday Postman. Sunday Postman. Postman. Oh man, thank you. That's a nice way to bring me in, Professor. Shout out to Professor.
Gotta give it to him.
Oh my goodness. Welcome back to the session where this guy, Tucker Higgins, is holding it down. What's up, bro?
None much, It was interesting to hear that. I loved it because now I'm never going to leave him alone with it. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I got to keep his life interesting. What can I say? I'm full of jokes and I'm here to keep him young, but that also means I got to keep him on the move. So
Yes.
as part of keeping you on the move,
What you got, bro?
the next round of questions.
Next round of questions. All right, here we go.
My next question is not going to be too hard. I know you got this, but let me think of how I want to ask you this because you have so many answers for this, and I've seen him go through this question, guys, over and over and over and over again. He has this like clockwork. So, tell us about NMD Inc., who you are, and what sets you apart.
All right. Something I have never said before. NMD, No More Dirty Inc., which is the organization that's behind all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for NMD was I was in New Orleans. Let's go this route. I was in New Orleans. I was working at the juvenile prison there. I was working um, under the warden at the time for the state of Louisiana, but they had a warden at the facility.
Okay.
And then there was a chaplain, which is interesting because I came in and I just rapped for one of their Sunday services. Chaplain, as chapel said, "Hey, we heard you rap. We saw you on the stage in New Orleans. Blah blah blah." So I went, did that. Got a call, said, "Can you come back?" Those cats hired me to develop curriculums that was clean.
Okay.
So I created a curriculum that was no more dirty. Because I was reading New Orleans, everybody's riding in the dirty South. 504 boys, all of that cash money. Everybody was riding dirty. And a lot of the interpretation of dirt was illegal. Just things that just wasn't healthy. And
Mhm.
so I created this curriculum called No More Dirty. And so we did everything from math, STEM, economics, business, how to get the bag that was legal, not dirty, um, and so on and so on. And then after Hurricane Katrina, when I ended up moving back here after going through that deep experience, God inspired me to name the nonprofit No More Dirty. And the theme is transforming lives for life. Because all of these people that I was dealing with, including my past, was dirty. But you see somebody clean, always on point. How? How do we get from dirt to a clean brother or sister? How? And so that was really in a nutshell without being taking it too long. It was just one of those things where I just wanted to help people be clean and be their best self. Because I was trying to do the same thing for my own personal life and for people I serve, especially in the very toughest situations, locked up, molested, violated. The folk that nobody really want to help, they just will do this two things. They'll pray for you and just cut a check, but don't fool with you. So I was like, we're going to fool with the ones nobody want to fool with, which is what Jesus did in that sense. But we couldn't do that in state. You can't mix church and state. So I just created this 501c3 public charity to do just that. Change lives, help people see their greatest potential and become their best self.
Okay, that was an amazing answer because it really gave some depth to just your mission and what is going on.
Yeah.
Because so many people ask that question and it's hard to give an answer, not because you don't know what it is, but because it touches so many lives in so many different ways. So, when you came up with this nonprofit, what did that look like to you at first?
So this is funny. Okay, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Professor, he just asking, he's a Gen Z. So he asks questions, but millennials don't ask. Most time I get these millennial questions, and it's like, you can kind of slide. So to answer your question, what did NMD look like? It really looked like bringing. Oh man, that's a good question. So when I first started with No More Dirty, it was we're gonna get a building in the cut, the roughest neighborhood, and we're gonna open up a clean club, and we're gonna talk life.
Okay.
That was how all of this started, because I was in the jail, and we had to talk life in a way that they can understand it, and not be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that, because that wasn't their world. Nobody graduated. Nobody did this. Everybody was in the street. Everybody was doing that. And so No More Dirty was really a space, a safe space where anybody could pull up or be in a space, whether you coming out of lockup or not. No judgment, even though life and the monstrosities of life was already beating you up. And then we would turn up, have a good time, celebrate, encourage each other. And that's really how it started, because I was like, you know what? We need to stop beating people up. We need to just say, hey, man, you can do better. What do you want to do with your life? Man, I just want to get out of jail. Okay, what else do you want to do once you get out? Man, I would love to have a business. Okay, let's talk about it. And we began to build that thing out. And it became initiatives and programs of No More Dirty versus let's create a program and see if it fits. No, we created everything around the people instead of creating a program and asking people to fit it. That didn't work. That was not our process.
I absolutely love that because you said it at the end and you really hit the nail on the head because a lot of these programs create something based off of data, off of statistics.
And there's
off
nothing
of
wrong
guess.
with that.
Absolutely, because it still touches a market, but to be in a position where you're actually on the ground in some of these communities, like you said, where people don't really want to go to or don't really want attention to because there's a stigma or there's this or that, or in some reasons they might be scared or feared, as if these are not other people.
Correct. Correct. And I think at the end of the day, from just a human perspective, we are all human beings striving to be our best and do our best with the time given. From a spiritual perspective, we are God ordained for success. The Bible says, Joshua 1:6-8, that he will give us good success if we keep his commands, follow in his ways, do these particular principles. So, but in life, you have so many choices, and all of them are not cool. That if you go down one choice, one lane, you choose one thing, man, it takes you down so far out the way that you're like, man, I just want to live, man. I just want to stay out the way. Okay, that's cool, but you got to do more than stay out the way to make this
Absolutely.
money. And I'm talking about legacy money, long term, not just hustle money. And then so that's it, bro. That's really how this thing started and what it looked like. So basically, it would just call us, hey, Fred, man, we love what you did, so and so. Can you do this in our neighborhood? Can you do this in our city? Can you? And it became a movement. No More Dirty is a movement packaged in a nonprofit public charity.
I love that. With that being said, music is a big backbone of who we are. It's always involved in whatever we do, and that's what makes it so fun. So, if you're nonprofit, if No More Dirty had a theme song, what would it be, and why would you use it?
Okay. So can I do two? One is like in the faith music, and then one's mainstream or non.
Hit me with the 1-2. I want to see.
Right, so for oh man, if I had to do mainstream, it would be for real. Happy. It would be happy.
Okay, I'll rock with that.
I just want to see you happy. That would be the song for mainstream. For inspiration on the gospel side, the Christian side, or the God side, I would have to say Reconcile featuring Marvin Sapp. I never would have made it. Marvin Sapp did the original version, but I'm a hip hop head, as you can see. I'm a hip hop dude. So I would have to say probably that would be my song now, outside the old school hitters. So never would have made it, the remix version by Reconcile, featuring the hook and the music gospel guru Marvin Sapp. In fact, hey, cue that up, man. I really want you to hear that one. And of course, Happy with For Real. Maybe we'll come back in with a snippet of that. Here it is. Let me introduce him because that's my song. Here it is. Reconcile. You already know. Boom bap all day. No More Dirty. You already know the business. Hanging out with my man, the guru himself, Gen Z. You already know Tucker Higgins. And here it is. Reconcile.
Never would have made it.
Incredible.
Never could have made it without you. Never would have made it. Never could have made it without you.
Trailer parks, projects, black Chevy sitting high, gold teeth, black teeth, switches blowing in the sky. You don't work hard, you don't meet, you don't grind, you don't shine. Down south, this that down south, Florida state of mind. And I was at the crossroads of that red light, trying to get my head right. Many nights full of pain, shedding tears on the floor. Cause when mama told me we ain't see it no more. No food on the stove, got me standing for the stove. How best late, cause I had it going home. Hated my heart, had it gone in that home. I'ma do me, that was all I was on. Fist fighting with my dad and blood and dirt off in my teeth. Clench a fist full of tears and picks my clothes above the street. No respect for nail body. 16 years old and I ain't killed by myself, but Lord, you chose to die for my soul and I
Never would have made
Jumped up off the post, told he ain't gas the word about me. Ducked off, dipped out, booed up. Shit hot till I was too deep in that courthouse with no one else to blame. With a warrant on my name, see being hard, it left no rest in me. And I ain't know how to change, but I knew this be the death of me. Less if you can save me, Lord Jesus, I'm asking. This world is passing, staring at my dog. Can't get straight wildin' out for no reason. Sin had me defeated, and when it seemed I couldn't make it, this man told me about Jesus' side. Yeah. Oh man, Lord knows that I could have made it without you. Lord knows that I would have made it. Jesus, Lord, I never could have made it without you. When I think back and reflect about why my Savior died, I ain't gon' front, dog, your boy get misty eyed. I'm foul, dog, ratchet, and death should have been my verdict. But it took that cross, and I ain't deserve it. Had a gang of nasty ways. Beat this, Jesus died for that. My lust, my hate, my pride, he placed it on his back, and he filled my heart with love. Brought me up in his family, even though I stood against him, he gave his all that he I never could have made it, cause there's nothing I can do to try to win your heart. But you gave it all, and you been involved. I'm thankful for that cross. Jesus hold my life together, so now I'm stronger, wiser, better. I never would have made it. H-time. Never could have made it. 4 miles flow. New Orleans. I never would have made it. I couldn't have made it without you, Jesus.
No More Dirty TV show, hosted by Minister Fred 2, airing the cleanest and dopest music videos in the industry every Wednesday and Friday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on the No More Dirty Inc. YouTube channel. We got clean, positive Christian hip hop and urban music for your viewing and listening pleasure. We also have music video exclusives, interviews, ciphers, life lessons, and more. Make sure to follow us at Minister Fred 2, at No More Dirty Inc., and at No More Dirty Radio Show. For more information, email us at info@nomoredirty.org or call 256-698-9749. The No More Dirty TV show. Connect with us, tune in.
Never would have made it. Ooh, that's my joint.
Y'all done got them started. Y'all don't even understand what's going
You
on.
know I never would have made it without you.
Lord
Okay,
have mercy.
welcome back to the session, man. That's my joint. Shout out to my man, Professor. He dropped that happy on there. Peace, big up for real. All right, we back. Go ahead, brother.
We back. He's already in the mood, so I'm gonna hit him while I can.
Hit me while you can, brother. Hit me while you can.
So let's spin the block. Let's run it back a little.
All right, what's up?
So what's one thing people would be surprised to know about the early days of starting this nonprofit?
Okay. What be surprised about it? Okay. One thing I think people were really surprised is that people didn't gravitate to doing inner city work. They understood the realities of inner city work, or postmodern rural, like you go in a place and you got no good hospitals, but then you're looking for a clinic, or it might be on the urban side. It's just cops don't even really go down there unless they have to. So people were surprised. Why would you want to do this kind of work? Period. That was one of the biggest questions. Like, and surprisingly, I'll tell you, for me, I was so passionate about it. I literally dropped out of school and I was in ministry school, and I was in school doing ministry music and marketing, like what you do. And I loved it. But when I started going out on the weekends and just trying to help people doing outreach, man, I got so addicted to that. And I would go back even to the community and be like, why are we not helping these folks? Or I would go to the church and be like, yo, I think we should do this. And they'd be like, okay, well, we'll pray about it and have meetings. I'm like, we can pray and meet all day long, but if we not meeting this need, these streets are gonna be rough, you know. So and then I was young cat, like, and then I was like, I ain't cut my words. I was like, yo, you bugging. You just straight bugging, you know. So surprise, that was me. I was that dude. If we say we love people, why don't we go get it done? And as I began to become more involved, I just left traditional pieces, traditional community, traditional church, traditional or the mainstream programs that were already established that weren't meeting the need. And I said, I go out there in the thick of it, dope boys, pimps, chicks on the corner, the whole nine. And I was known as that dude, you know. And they knew I loved God, but they were like, man, why you the only one coming out here? There was a church on the corner and there was a liquor store. There was a, adult film company, whatever
Right.
there. And then over here you would have a daycare with kids. So you got all these elements in a neighborhood or rural. You would have one of them adult playstations, whatever, and then you would have a school district right next to it. And it'd be like, yo, this is crazy. You're inviting violence, violation, this, and that. So I was that guy that as a young person, I was an advocate. And so a lot of people didn't like it. But I was like, I don't care what you don't like. I'm about to shout it to the top of my lungs, and then I'm gonna grab all my homies and we're gonna fight this stuff, literally. And we didn't have a lot of money. We just had a little bit of resources and big mouths. And then we would go and we would make a fuss with the law enforcement. And they'd be like, well, if you go in there, we'll go in there. And then that's when collaborations and partnerships, I learned how to do that because most people wouldn't go to those places. They would just expect the police to do it, just expect the mayor to do it. But you're a citizen. What are you going to do?
It's all about being the change instead of waiting for it.
Absolutely.
And I love seeing that come into play with you because definitely there wasn't trails created before you started doing something like
Right.
this. So you said, none of these paths are going to where I'm going. Time to make one.
There it is. There it is.
So with that being said, you understanding from that perspective, what's one real misconception people have about giving back or making a difference, and how would you change that perception?
Oh, that's a good one. First part about misconceptions or, about giving back. Sometimes people stereotypes or either because we just don't know, we think that giving back is going to take away from what we have.
That's a deep one.
That is so far from the truth. It's just not. I'll give you an example. So right now we're doing a year-end drive. Our goal is $5,000. We want about 400 people to donate $25. I had a person call me the other day and was like, okay, what can I do? And I said, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to provide gift cards for families that have 4, 5, 6 kids in their home, and they're not going to have a good Christmas nor a good meal. And we want to outfit them with that. We want to do some art packets, some this and that. So in the conversation, it came up with, how do we know they're going to use it for the right reason? So I said, let me ask you a question. And they said, okay, what do you think, Doc Whitlow? I said, here's the thing. What if they chose not to do it? Is that on you?
That's a good
That
one.
person got so quiet and was like, huh. I said, no, I'm not saying that we're just going to toss money in the wind. What I'm saying is the give back for the holiday season is that important because imagine that person is genuine. Then you got God's grace. First of all, we have $25 to give somebody. We will go blow $25 on a meal at a local restaurant for lunch. So it's not like we don't have it. It's how we use our funds to be a blessing to others. And it's not going to take away because I'm going to spend that 25 on something. on a game for my kid, my nephew, my niece. Those games are $25, $40, $50 anyway for one game. But $25 can outfit somebody with a Christmas gift that lives in poverty. $25 can make a world of a difference. So what is 400 people giving $25? That ain't nothing. You're gonna blow $100 just getting a shirt and a shirt probably and some cufflinks if you're a bruh. Cufflinks $25, $30 for cufflink. Just do. Or a pen, a lapel pen is $35 to $60. Come on, guys, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that's one of the things that we have to really giving back is really about understanding how blessed we are and how fortunate we are to be able to bless someone else. And then we benefit by not just the good deed, but by the God deed in our heart. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
So that's why we're always intentional. Go to nmdinc.org/support. You really will be helping someone live out their best life, become better. You help somebody with a need. And guess what? Then you can still write it off. So you get the tax write-off if you want it. Half the stuff I don't even write off stuff I do. I just do it. And the Lord keep blessing anyway. So there it is. All right. What was the second part of that question? I forgot, man.
How would you change that perception?
How would we change that perception? Well, that's a good one. Here's what I recommend. I recommend if you are a person and has a family. I'm an individual. I don't have kids, but I'm gonna do this one first. If you're an individual that has a family, be intentional about discussing how you want to help others. So if your thing is not going in the hood and saving somebody, fine. It might be going and singing carols, good. It might be being an anonymous donor, good. It might be, kids, what do you want to do? We want to make pictures and take it to the nursing home, good. It might be do something that shatters the stereotypes and the stigmas so that in the end, when your kids and your friends and your circle of influence, right, says, well, hey, Dr. Whitlow, what are you doing for the holiday to be a blessing? You can say emphatically, well, I discussed it with my team, like how we discuss. We discuss everything, Team No More Dirty, in our monthly meeting, and we come up with a project, and we're going to do this and do that, and we agree upon it, and so the entire team is on one accord. Your entire family should be on one accord, and it should be intentional about the give back, and then you don't have no remorse. You don't have no regret at all. All right? One more thing. If you're a single person or you're a person that doesn't have kids, like me and like Tucker, sit down and discuss. Well, sit down. Let me do this. Sit down and write out things that you like to do to be a blessing. So for me, mine is give back. So for instance, I have a basketball team I work with in housing. The holiday is coming, right?
Okay.
And we're going to be off. But the day after Christmas, I'm going to take my kids to see a movie. We have practice for a tournament coming up. Now, I'm off from the job, but I will still be at practice because they're going to be like, Coach Whitlow, we're going to practice after Christmas. I don't want to be there. I do not want to be there. But I will be there for 2 hours. I will be there for 2 hours, and I'm going to do it on a day that works best for all 20, 25 of my boys. Find something that you're passionate about or do the research about what the needs are. Pray about it, and then you as the individual do it. Man, it's so rewarding. I love my job. I love my job, not for the paperwork at all. I love my job because I get to be able to do things for kids and family, period. When I stop doing that, I'm out of my job. I will personally say, thank you for my time. I'll take my retirement and move on. But until that time, that's why I think we have to really be intentional. And it's what better to do it is during a season of giving so that when it's out of the season of giving, we still give.
Okay, I love that answer. I'm loving what he's giving me, guys, because I've been asking for these answers for a little while. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And we finally got him. I guess he said this is going to be your Christmas gift, but as long as I got him. But you mentioned mentoring and being the coach for these kids when it comes to basketball. And I know they're all fairly young. So let's think back into their perspective. Let me put you back in their
Okay.
mind. If you could
And
send
I'm gonna let them watch this show because you're taking us here. Go ahead.
if you could send one message to your 16-year-old self about starting this nonprofit, what would it be? Now think of the let
Oh
me
my
say this
gosh.
nicely, the Christianly
Look at it.
good version.
Bruh. Go ahead, man.
Think of the good 16-year-old, the one that just got out of the church, the one that that
Whatever, man. It could be good, bad, ugly, whatever.
All right.
What would I say to my 16-year-old self? Ooh, that's a tough one. And I know we're on timer, so we can't take forever. I would say to the 16-year-old Frederick, and this year that's a good question because I graduated early and I didn't like school. So I would say to my 16-year-old self, because I did drop out, and I had a 3.8 GPA. And you go figure. I went to college and then I was like a mechanical engineer, and I was like, I don't like school. I hate school. So here's what I would say to my 16-year-old self or any 16, 17-year-old person. You don't have to like everything to get it done. If you don't do it, you will regret what you could have done. Hear me. I think about if I would have went on and finished and not stepped away and took years to come back, and it took me longer to get to this seat to do these good things. But if I would have finished earlier, first of all, you start out in engineering. If that's what you wanted to do at 70, 80,000, cost of living is 65, 67 minimum in pretty much any city to live. So I would start out at age 16, 17, 21, making $80,000 to $100,000. You're not going to do that as a dropout unless you're doing something illegal or you're working around the clock for someone else doing a hustle. You're still not going to get it that way unless you find yourself in some other space. So I think that's what I would tell myself, because now I'm going back and I'm getting all these education. I got my education, blah, blah, blah. And when I went back just to get my undergrad, it opened a world of doors because they could say, you finished what you started. So the second thing, the two things would be that, you don't have to like it, just get it done. And secondly, if you finish what you start, people will hire you, bring you on the team because you're a finisher and not a starter only. Those two.
I love it. I absolutely love that.
Wow. I want to do a song. Let's switch up a song, Professor. You made me go down the thought process. Mr. Johnson, who is an amazing, dope Christian hip hop artist, MC, life. This dude came from all kind of back to life, man. Grew up in the church, got into drugs, did everything under the sun. And he has a song he just put out called The Hardest, man, this is it, the hardest fight of his life. When you're a young person, young adult, and even adult, and you're trying to make decisions to change, it's usually the hardest part of your life is what you do with your choice. This song is gonna sop up everything we just talked about. Shout out to the Tucker too, man. This cat is brilliant. Man, appreciate you. Here it is. You already know the business. Mr. Johnson, Professor, let's put him on. The hardest fight of my life. Think about it.
The hardest fight I ever had to fight in life was the fight I fought to free myself from self. Stuck in the clutch of death and the hand around my neck, applying pressure was connected to my own arm. Dear God, I feel like I'm losing this fight. Cause my views of what's right is really wrong, or what's wrong is really right. But in living life, you got to get it right, cause we can't live it twice. Then it's quite a shame that I'm to blame for all the pain I withstained through the years. I swore to never cause my mama pain, but I'm the main source that drew those tears. Dude, look here. I was supposed to be a protector, a provider. But how can I provide when I deny time after time the right way of living? I say I gotta get it. Now I'm committed to this living that got me convicted in that system where recidivism was the goal of interest. Oh, they got us right where they want us. Lock us up to let us out so when we come back, we stay longer. Say, homie, did you know the hardest fight I ever had to fight in life was the fight I fought to free myself from self? Well, what I love to death never seemed to really love me in life. I mean, it steered me right down the wrong direction. Knowing I loaned affection, I went looking for love with the wrong perception. And in my own deception, I neglected the fact that in order to love you, I got to love myself. But how can I love myself when everything I love in life I place above myself? I drug myself through the mud for the love I felt. Got up to dust myself off, took a look around. There's no one to be found but myself. Now, with one finger pointed at the world and three back at me, the verdict is in. What I thought was a strong defense was really a weak excuse. Putting my struggles off on others is what weaklings do. See, the streets had me confused. Because I say stuff like, man, I'm a product of my environment. You see, I heard somebody else say that, so I started to believe it. Because when I heard it, it changed the way that I perceived it. Oh, I'm less fortunate. I should be street. But my father's the king. I'm part of an eliteness. But the fact is, homie, when you can't see this. Peep this. Did you know the hardest fight I ever had to fight in life was the fight I fought to free myself from self? But no longer would I let something else determine the way that I'm living. When I'm the captain of this ship of decisions, it can only drive where it's driven. Listen, my vision became so clearer when I realized the guy behind my demise lies within my own mirror. My lack of success was due to unsuccessful logic. You see? Because I can say that I'll be straight if I get off this shape. But all it takes is one mistake to coming off the fate. It was a big mistake to think a gamble was a strategic play. So when I'm confused by what to do, I hit my knees to pray. Because hey, the hardest fight I ever had to fight in life was the fight I fought to free myself from self. Because the fight of my life was the fight for my life. And I be fighting right into my death. Yeah.
I think it was impactful the way it hit. I was not prepared for it, honestly. I had no prep for this before I got here, okay? So I was not ready.
But we weren't gonna tell you everything, Tuck. Shout out to my man Professor X, man. Professor X is let me just say this. I want to say on behalf of us here, man. Professor X is a rocket scientist doing another degree. What are you doing, man, now? Who? Systems engineering. He's already a rocket scientist, but he's now working toward getting another, I think a master's or something like that in system engineering. This brother, again, we talked about, you know, what we're passionate about. Talking about STEM, NSBE, National Black Society of Engineer. This dude is brilliant. If it wasn't for Professor X, we wouldn't have Camp Smart's rocket robotics program. If it wasn't for him, even here in North Huntsville, making those connections with Alabama A&M, Oakwood, Drake, bringing in the best of the best from companies like Boeing and Northrop Grumman and so on and so on. So shout out to my man, Professor. He didn't know I was going to say that. But when I was looking at the video and I was listening like you were watching, when we fight the hardest fight of our life and we realize it's our choices, and then when we make a good choice, then God can even do more than just clean us up. He can clean us up and make us the success that we desire and that he really wants for us all. So I just wanted to plug you, man. Shout out to you, man. He's doing his thing. All right, we back. This is Session Live. Tucker, Higgins, take over. I'm sorry.
I want to ease you into something. I'm going to be nice with this question. Let's have a little fun. The audience has got the series out the way. But what's your go-to guilty pleasure? Because I heard you say earlier, because I clocked this, I'll be listening like that.
Okay.
That you like to have a nice break, have your peace.
Correct.
What's your go-to snack during that time?
All right, so my go-to snack, and I got an activity too. Can I share that one?
Go for it.
All right. So my go-to snack, this is really it. I have to work out because of these two things. Mike and Ike's. When I go out, I'll go by the discount store. I won't call the store. And I get me 2 packs I did. I said that discount because I'm frugal. So I go there and I get the Mike and Ike original. That's one box of candy,
Right.
and then I get the one that's tropical. I don't like the sword, the sweet sour. I don't like that. So that's like my go-to. And then I like mesquite barbecue chips. They're the sweet ones, and I like Golden Flake specific. I'm not talking about the other. No shade to anybody else, but mine is GF. I just shaded them, didn't I?
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, that's what's up. That's what I like. Them two right there, and then sitting back and I'm watching a good movie. And my pastime is to go to the movie, the big screen. I don't want to. Now I got a nice little setup at the house where I got, all of that. But I love going to the movies on my downtime.
Okay.
You will see me be like, "Oh, is this Dr. Wood?" Yep, I'm gonna be right there watching the latest. Every time a good movie come out, there it is. Oh, you're right. Yes, the Snickers. Now the Snickers is just what I have to stay on 100,000.
Uh-huh.
But it's right. Snickers, Mike and I. This dude right here. You know me, Professor. Snickers, Mike and Ike, and some mesquite barbecue chips. Them three right there. Oh my God. Yo, that you can just send that to me as my Christmas gift. 5045 Memorial Parkway North West, Suite B, Huntsville, Alabama 35810.
Don't do that. If you do that, you're taking them home. That's all
I'm taking them home. I'm taking them home, baby. I'm taking them home.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's my pastime, Doc. That's my pastime.
Okay. Okay.
Oh man.
I'm glad to see you got some
Yeah.
comfort in your life. You got your food. He
that's
didn't
my
have to
comfort.
call you out about them Snickers, but I ain't mad at it.
Hey, that's what's up. And then I got to go work out because every time I got to look right in my suits because got to fight the gut situation. So, but I get it in. Look at that boy. That boy Tone. He Tone, baby. All right.
Help him, Jesus. All right. The next question I'm gonna get down deep. This shouldn't have you thinking too hard right
Okay.
now. What's one thing you've done recently to give back to your community that made you smile?
Oh, oh man. One thing I've done to give back recently this year. I think it would be for me. It would be the festival,
Okay.
and not just doing the good. We do a good annual good music and arts festival. I think because we started that during the pandemic when people were like, "Man, we got to get out. My kids is driving me crazy." But this year was so fun because this was our fourth year doing it, and it was so great to see families. When I see families smiling, and I see the street coming out, and I see suburban life, rural come out, and you got almost 4,000 people in the park, and it's free. All this music, you got food trucks, you got man, and people are like, "Yo, Mr. Whitlow, Coach, my kids can walk from downtown from public housing directly to the park. No problem, no violence, no partnerships everywhere." That right there, I think it would have to be the annual Good Music and Arts Festival. This one specifically because we were able to give more. I mean, we gave out. Shout out to Redstone and some of the other ones, our bigger sponsors for that. We were able to give out a little less than 2,000 grab bags with resources and all kind of goody stuff for free. In addition to the festival and rocking on the city stage and all that. So I would say probably the Good Music and Arts Festival was like, but that was one for me for the book this year.
Okay. Now I'm gonna hit you with a big thing that he doesn't talk about, even though he should talk about, but we're gonna make him talk about it. And I think you know where I'm going. But what was the most impactful thing about receiving the Presidential Lifetime Community Award? Okay.
Oh man. Okay, what was the most impactful what?
What was the most impactful? What really hit you when you got told you have received that? Because that's not a regular run of the mill. Here you go, a little bash like they give
Okay.
kids in the scouts.
Yeah, so being recognized and receiving the the Joe Biden Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, that man, that was a moment for me. After so many years, over 30 some years of service, 36 years of service, receiving that recognition, man, I was in tears, man. First of all, and I'm not a crier, but I was cool till I actually got up there, and I made it through receiving it and standing with them, one of the ambassadors for the president of the United States. Um, that moment made me realize that all the things that we've done through No More Dirty, and prior to that, through Strictly Jesus music, the hip hop, the outreach, the this, the that. In that moment, it finally made sense that this is what was my purpose, my God given purpose. And all the naysayers, you can't rap for Jesus, you can't, why you going in them hoods, why you taking that job when you could be making this job, this money doing this, or it was a lot of people that was not for this type of work that you all now recognize as No More Dirty Inc. or the No More Dirty movement. But it just made me think, man, the Bible says, Jesus said, you will be despised and persecuted for doing good. And so in that moment, for the White House to recognize the good and the good work that God had blessed me to glorify the Father and our nation and our people, man, it changed my life, man. I wasn't expect, like you said, I was not expecting it. I didn't know it was coming until later. When it first happened, I thought it was a prank, somebody calling me on an unpublished line. I'm like, who is this? You're tripping. So I think for me, it just is motivation to continue to do more. And it just said that you never know, and this is for you, you never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention. You never know who might say one day, man, I appreciate you so much here. Not because they have to, but because they choose to. And so for me, now having received that, and then I got the Harvard University, Harvard, I got the certification for humanitarian work, the medallion from the President of the United States. I don't know if you have the pictures, man, and you want to show it, but we'll add it in here. But just those kind of things, it just encourages me to continue to do what's right and what's the Bible says, do what's right as unto the Lord and not man. Man benefits by your good. Your kids benefit by you being mannerable, being a gentleman, and queens, and being the beautiful, sexy, and saved person you are. It gives and encourages us in life to be our best version of ourselves. So that's a great question. I definitely wasn't expecting that one, but kudos to you for that, and kudos to our President Joe Biden and his cabinet for selecting me along with 30 other, because it's about 25 to 30 people that get it every year. So I was selected out of that and then to get an honorary doctorate in addition to that was bananas.
All right. So now coming off of that high, still keeping in touch with those emotions, what's one song, movie, book, quote, thing in general that inspires you to keep going?
All right. So I think I would have to do this one. This is one of my moments. I would have to do a Professor Shaft. Shaft. Old school Shaft. You walk in with that black leather and they'd be like, who's the man? So I would have to say, yo, that's an old school one. My dad put me on that back in the day. So I would say movie would have to be Shaft. What else? Song, I would have to say another Christian hip hop artist, Dante from Hog Mob. I want to play that one too. Cue that one up. It's called 100. Keeping it 100. So I would say in terms of songs, it would be now my life is dedicated to whatever I do. I'm gonna keep it 100, and I always say I'm gonna keep it 100,000, because whatever we do it to the best of your ability. Whatsoever is pure, true, just, kind, loving, of good report, kind. Think on these things and do it. That's Philippians 4:8. You can't get to the I can do all things if you're not kind, just, pure, loving, compassionate, honorable. You can't get to that verse 13 if you wilding out and doing stuff and you ain't choosing verse 8 of Philippians 4:8. So I would say, yeah, that would be the song. Would definitely be Dante of Hog Mob. Those cats came straight out the street, and he says, "I'm gonna still keep it 100, and I'm gonna keep my brims. I'm gonna keep my fitted. I love my jeans. I love my, but then I know how to dress up and put on a gala and put a bow tie on and yes, sir, and speak the English language and then the neighborhood language. So I think we can be all things, all men, and keep it 100 and still be honorable and still do those things that are most advantageous to our community, our government, our society, and most importantly to our neighborhood and to God, kingdom and community. Oh, there it is, man. That's the honorary doctorate degree. Oh man, appreciate you on that, man. Shout out to um, Lady Ambassador President Sharon J. Brown and her institute, the School of Champions of Theologians and the Theological Institute, for being a blessing to myself. And I'm going to say shout out to two other individuals, Dr. Tony and Lita Jones. They also received an honorary doctorate. And yeah, that was a moment for all three of us. And of course, the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, which was super dope. Yeah, I think that answers your question. Let's go to one more song. Can we go to a song?
Of course.
Let's do 100. Let's do 100 by Hog Mog, and then we got to do the wrap up, man. On what's up? Oh yeah. Oh, that's the letter from President Biden. We got the medallion too. You had that one too, Professor. If you have that one, if not, we can show that on the back end, and also the actual plaque. I mean, the actual award. But without any further ado, here it is. Keep it 100. You already know the business. Let's go. There it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's official, folks. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna frame that thing too. We'll be right back.
Let's go. Living my life. I'ma always keep it 100. I'ma always keep it 100. I know, he know, you know. Living my life. I'ma always keep it 100. I'ma always keep it 100. There was a time when I was high drunk, no spirit, no sober. Used to go Planet of the Apes, no Cobra, no Ola. Raw coke, no cola. 100 bands in my bare hands, no polar. I keep it 100, bro. Used to be a wanted man, now I got a wanted flow. Keys to success go to whoever wanted more. They say can't tell me the truth, they don't really want it though. Catch me at a church with 100 folks, hog mob deep, rolling like 100 folks. Used to flip packs, run it up like a number hole. Used to make the pot hot and chill like a summer cold. Now I push the rock like I'm running dope. I hit up the Lord, my connect when I'm running low. Gotta pray to my God above for the running souls. Gotta stay on my daily walk to give the youngest hope. Living my life. I'ma always keep it 100. I'ma always keep it 100. I know, he know, you know. Living my life. I'ma always keep it 100. I'ma always keep it 100. There was a time when all I did was sell pure coke, no filler. Black strap with a silverback, gorilla, no squiller. Big fofo killer, faux skrilla, 4-time dope dealer. Yeah, I kept it 100, bruh. Crippin', it was going down. Flipping, I was coming up. Drove past the workers in the trap where they run it up. Hit they big homie with the pack, then I sum it up. Saw my life flash like my numbers up. Then the Holy Spirit banged my line like you dumb or what? God been looking at you whole time and the sun is up. Don't be standing on the other side when he's running up. So I stopped the hate I had coming up. Put the work down, dropping weight like a summer gut. Gotta pray, I see all the signs and don't wonder what. Gotta pray for those with hit records like a summer cut. Living my life. I'ma always keep it 100. I'ma always keep it 100. I know, he know, you know. Living my life. I'ma always keep it 100. I'ma always keep it 100. I know, he know, you know, you know, you know, you know.
The No More Dirty TV show, hosted by Minister Fred 2, airing the cleanest and dopest music videos in the industry every Wednesday and Friday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on the No More Dirty Inc. YouTube channel. We got clean, positive Christian hip hop and urban music for your viewing and listening pleasure. We also have music video exclusives, interviews, cyclists, life lessons, and more. Make sure to follow us at Minister Fred 2, at No More Dirty Inc., and at No More Dirty Radio Show. For more information, email us at info@nomoredirty.org or call 256-698-9749. The No More Dirty TV Show. Connect with us, tune in.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm going to keep my life 100. 100. You know, he knows, we know. Welcome back to Session Live with my co-host. Taking over the show is Tucker Higgins. What's up, bro?
Nothing much. I'm just helping him out here. He hasn't even let me. I went off the script a little trying to throw him.
Yeah, you did.
It didn't quite work like I thought it would, but he
Nah.
did respond well, so we're going to be happy for him.
Salute to you. All right, so this is the wrap up. What you got? Any more questions? And I got a special guest I wanted to introduce too.
I'm so glad you asked because I always have questions for him, and now I get to ask. So,
And get away with it.
I was going to ask anyway, but this is a two-part question. So,
I
what
probably
kind
will.
of legacy do you want your nonprofit to leave behind in the next 10 years?
Next 10 years, the legacy, what will we want to leave? I would say an indelible imprint of good that is undisputed.
Okay.
What do I mean by that? The good that the Lord has blessed us to do through it, we're gonna do it 100-fold. So that includes doing things more intentional. That means we're gonna go in deeper and darker communities, not just in the country of America, but abroad. One of the big things, definitely, I would say, legacy is going to look like within the next 5 years, an official campus, No More Dirty, full campus, 15, 20,000 square feet facility, where we'll be able to do all these really great things. Kids can come in wherever they are and their families, and we're really going to address those needs that kind of fall through the cracks. So I would say if you're looking to do something on that level, we need to talk. Serious business. And then in terms of legacy, in terms of education, we want to see 100% of our kids successful. Thus far, we've been able to do that with our Camp Smart initiative. All the kids we've been doing Camp Smart for 5 years now, going on 6 next year. And of every kid that we've had in our program, they have completed high school. Most of them have graduated from college or university. We have some that are like juniors now. So within the span of 5 years, most of our high schoolers are now graduated seniors from colleges, and they're working in their field of expertise and doing well. In fact, some of them make more money than I do. You're talking, listen, 18, 19, 20, 21. And they're making it as much as I make and more. So kudos to the Camp Smart program in terms of legacy as it relates to the Greatness Project. Going forward, we will be taking these programs. We have a program called the Greatness, helping young men and women that have been in juvenile detention centers, coming from juvenile prison, because I have a heart for that. Because if we can deter If we can change a trajectory of a 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old, that's middle school to high school, right?
Yeah.
10 to 12 is middle school. But if we can change a trajectory through Camp Smart, and then if they get in trouble and they already have a record and they're already messing up, we have the Greatness Project because we believe every kid is great, helping them find their greatness, transposing that into a platform of success, infusing life skills, infusing etiquette, decorum, spiritual growth, personal development. A kid with a record as a juvenile, when by the time they are finished to our program, they're going to be not only a productive citizen, but a thriving citizen by the time they get to 19, 20, 21. And depending on the state, juvenile, adult, juvenile, that you can chime out of juvenile detention or as a juvenile either at 18, 19, 20, and 21. Some states go all the way to 21. You're still considered a juvenile. Not many anymore. So these are some of the things in terms of legacy, in terms of education. We want the Campus No More Dirty to be the most creative unit site. We're partnering with some amazing people already, NACI, others that are already on deck. But we're going to be the go-to for the streets and for the rural areas. Real talk. A one-stop shop for transformation as a youth, young adult, and adult. So legacy in terms of that is Campus No More Dirty. In terms of the media, music, No More Dirty Radio, TV, No More Dirty, the talk show like here, the session. Our goal is for young people and for adults alike to become proficient in speaking and communicating what they believe and also in their talent. So we're taking the studio. This studio will be transformed to a full-fledged production platform for kids and for families. We're going to do all clean entertainment from clean comedy. We've already started this, but this will be the hub for it. And eventually, when we open up this mega campus, it will have its own facility to do just that. So legacy looks big and better because transforming lives for life is signature, and this is what we do. Thanks again. If you go to our website, go ahead and throw that up there too, since you said that. Our website is www.nmdinc, no more dirty ink.org. And be a part of what we're doing. I mean, we're not asking people to just come out here and just be happy and not be better. We're not asking them to do that. You know what I'm saying, Chuck? This is a real thing. Yeah.
That's definitely a mouthful. That's definitely a lot to think about. But more importantly, it's stuff that will happen.
So I want to ask you a question before we get our guests in here. For you, because Tucker is one of our most recent part of the team, staff, and what have you. For you, why did you choose to do No More Dirty with us in this season of your life?
The reason I chose, and I didn't expect him to ask me this question, so
I
he's
did,
thrown me
but
a little. But the reason I chose was because, unlike so many others, I grew up in environments where my parents taught me to always give back. But more importantly, I grew up in environments where people always talked about change, but they never did anything. And
uh,
I'm a big why not? Like, why can't I do this versus why haven't we done this? So if you tell me, well, I don't know why we can't do it, that's a green light for me to go do it. Because I
mm,
believe I can ask for forgiveness later if it goes wrong, because at least I tried something to help somebody else.
yeah, yeah. And for you, what does give back look like for No More in as a part of No More Dirty? Might as well, because what people, and I'm asking this here, I want you guys to know who Tucker is. He's a big guy, man. A lot of the new things you've seen with the social media, the drops, all these little cool things you see me. That's because of this brother right here. You know, that wasn't my thing. My thing is entertainment, hit the stage, rock a show, do a show, talk show, and I'm out. But he's like, nah, man, people need to know who you are. So for you, what does that look like for you, man?
For me, it looked like being able to like have a space and be a part of a group that acts like, well, doesn't act like they are a family. When you walk through those doors, you are a part of something so much bigger. But one thing that really hit me one of the first few times I came was I don't know how, I don't know why. There was something going on in my life because there was a lot of drama at that point. And they pulled me to the side and said, "Are you okay?" They stopped the meeting mid meeting,
Yep.
and we sat there and talked it out. And they worked through that problem with me before we continued on because they cared. They didn't know anything about me, they didn't know what was going on, but they were already ready to invest that love, that care, and compassion. And to have people like that who want to pour into you from the very jump makes you want to pour into other people when you see them.
Yeah. And that's really what makes No More Dirty Incorporated or No More Dirty whole movement so special. Like Christ, he loved people, invited them to the table,
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Listen, this is how we move. We love for you to be a part of the table and part of the movement." And for us, legacy is movement. We're not just an organization. We're not just do-gooders. This is a lifestyle, a
Mm-hmm.
transformed life from where you sit to where you plan to be, without all of the drama. You're already catching enough drama without me saying, "Man, why you doing that?" But what I can say is, "Man, hey, let me introduce you to this. Let me share this thing. Let me pray with you. Let me introduce you somebody that can help in this area, and you all take it from there. But holler back, let me know how it goes. If that doesn't work, let's try this one. If plan A don't work, we got a B, C, D, E, and F." And shout out to our partners. What do you think, bro?
I love it. It's completely true. There's nothing more to say. It just touches you in a special way when you enter this atmosphere.
So I think we're at the end, but I do want to. I know we talked about the last question about what's next.
Absolutely. We got to give them a little something so they know what's going on. Just
Yeah.
just a little taste though. We don't want to pour the whole cup yet.
Just a little bit. All right. So
Exactly.
you talk about February, and I'm going to talk about the other. But I wanted to do this. So one thing about us here at No More Dirty, the organization, we're not just about transformative initiatives and programs within the city and just the United States. This year coming, and this is where I'm going to ask you for your support, as I've always asked. We will be adopting, and I'm super excited, and we'll be doing some No More Dirty outreach and some partnering with a ministry in Kizzy, Kenya. We have, and they're 9 hours away from us. So like now, it's 2 o'clock. It's already midnight over there, or 3 at this point. But I want to introduce him to him briefly because I know it's early in the morning. Hey, Professor, let's bring in Pastor Bismarck Morocco. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show, Doc. Welcome to the show. He's going to bring you in right about now, all the way from Kizzy, Kenya. What's up, Doc? How you doing, man? We can. You got to unmute.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, how you doing,
Yeah.
Doc?
I'm doing well. I'm doing pretty well. We are present, It's a good morning, a blessed day that God has given us, a Monday morning, a day that we've never seen, in which we will rejoice and be glad in it. This Monday, 2024,
Yes, sir.
the day that we've never seen. So I can say that I'm so glad, I'm so pleased to have been connected with you, to be together with you in this platform. This is where we will sharpen each other and
now.
lift each other in faith.
Yeah. So listen.
Yeah, so
let me jump in. I want to introduce you all. This is Pastor. He's in the building all the way from Kizzy, Kenya. Hey man, listen. We're excited. We met a few. I think we met online. You was checking out some of our programming, and tell them a little about what you're doing in your ministry there. And we're going to partner, and we'll tell you how we're going to do more of this. But it's early in the morning over there, so we ain't going to take up all your time because we do understand. We want to respect that. But tell us a little bit about why you wanted to partner with No More Dirty and why this is so special to you.
yes, yeah. Actually, let me first of all introduce myself. This is Pastor Bismarck Makolo Mweli from East Africa, Kenya, of Way to Heaven Ministry under Baptist Church denomination. And I'm so honored to have been connected with you, with your ministry, as I was touched in what that you are doing online. And here in our place, we are trying ups and down to expand the gospel by doing evangelism twice a week. And by doing that, we are managing to reach the unreached people and welcome them back home to the kingdom of the Lord. So I decided to work with you because I was being touched by the Holy Spirit that you are the mighty men and women of God that we may work with who are kingdom minded, because we know that if we may join our hands together, it will be easier for us to move forward in one accord and one mind. As we know that me and you, if we join hands together, it's easy for us to see to seek the face of the Lord. So I'm so humbled. We may work together, we may partner together in terms of advice, in terms of teachings, and maybe supporting the ministry where possible. Because we in our place here, I can say that I'm from the interior part of the country, where there are many who are not who are very illiterate and who are not actually recognize themselves to Christianity. So I just wanted to say this. Those times that we do evangelism and during our church services, we managed to receive new members, new souls, and we should be in need of Bibles, because when you get a new member, a new believer, you need to equip him with the Bible so that he or she may be reading for her own all her own time, for his or her own understanding. So I'm so glad to have connected with your ministry, and I can feel that there will be more and more blessings on the way coming in our lives, because God has above us as to why we were connected.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good in whatever that we do, we recognize, or we are in the presence of the Lord, and we recognize Him first, priority number one.
Yeah. And you know, the other thing, folk, and I just wanted to just you ask folks new. So going into this new era, we are going to work toward helping outfit them with Bibles in their native language, and then also get them lessons. Some of the kids, and what I really like about it is like they're already looking at 50, 60 people that they're really serving in that community. It's a rural community. And then when the kids come back, the students come back from college and for school, because they have to go away for school, and they got another 40, 50. So we're going to try and outfit, maybe up to 180 to 100 Bibles, and then also good literature and lessons, so that they can be productive citizens in their community, in their nation. And they can also have that safety so that they can be able to deal with life when life happens. So, Pastor, we want to say thank you, man. I'm grateful for this opportunity to have met you. We're not going to keep you long, but please give our regards from the No More Dirty family and everybody. There's a lot of people watching this, Doc. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, YouTube, X, you name it. So we're going to do our best, and part of our year-end giving and our annual giving, we're going to include supporting you with those necessary tools. So, like we said before, we'll be talking more about how to do that, and in a very short time, and where to send them. And so, again, folks, this is the kind of stuff that we're about. We're not just about rocking shows and doing this. Rocking shows is just bait to get you to be a better person or help somebody make a world of a difference, man. And shout out to your elder I met just a while back, and to your, and they have a beautiful spot. And we're going to do an exclusive with you at some point, Pastor. We'll do it. We'll just have to do it. Or we'll have to come in at late night to do it, so we can see your beautiful countryside. And it's beautiful, folks. It's beautiful what they're doing, and they got the farmlands and all that kind of stuff. And you have your own building, correct? Already.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and bring No More Dirty out that way at some point once we get the stuff, the foundation established. but whatever the needs are in terms of so they can be productive Kenyans, because everybody deserves to be productive citizens, kingdom citizens, and as I always say, it's always about community and kingdom. And so this is our first working abroad, but it will not be our last. So to those that are watching, they're like, man, so what's next? This is part of the next. So again, man, salute, bro. God love you, man. We're gonna let you get back. I
Love you
know.
too.
Love you too, man. Blessings and peace. Peace.
Okay, okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So there it is. That's just part of it. And then we got stuff going on locally. We are going to get ready to do something that has never been done, and we'll give you more information. So why don't you tell them about what we got coming up in the first quarter, maybe around February, Black History Month, and all that jazz, bro.
We're doing something completely unique. We're doing something that has never been done before. We are setting the standard and we are raising the bar at the same time. Let me tell you, we are actually partnering with the Huntsville Museum of Art to bring forth a special presentation, is what I like to call it.
Yes.
To give back to our community and show them a new appreciation, not only for the art on display, but also to bring forth some new stuff to capture their attention and give them a place to experience some culture in a safe space.
Come on. And we're going to feature local artists, the different varieties of artists. And shout out to Aubrey and the whole team over there at Huntsville Museum of Art. Man, listen, we've got to really kind of step next level, level the bar and take the bar and then raise the bar in diversity and inclusion. Of course, we want to always be equitable in everything we do, but also appreciate culture and ethnicity. Listen, it's a beautiful thing to have different people in one space, and the proceeds are going to be able to bless the Huntsville Museum, and the proceeds are going to be able to bless No More Dirty to do things like what you just seen. We're going to get Bibles. We're going to get coloring books for the kids. We're going to help them do what they're doing and expand their reach, helping their people in Kizzy, Kenya. Then we're going to do some right here in Huntsville. The proceeds are going to help work with our kids in less fortunate situations. We're going to develop this campus, this No More Dirty campus, but it starts with this legacy continuing, So we're going to tell you more about it. I just want to put the plug in. In fact, we're going to have Audrey to come and be our guest, probably the very first of the year. So I need you to mark your calendar for February 6th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Huntsville Museum of Arts. We'll tell you more about it. So that's kind of what's going on. What do you think, man?
I love it. I love culture. I love art. And I love being able to expand that and invite people to an opportunity to appreciate or do something they wouldn't do.
Yeah. And so I think we're going to roll out with that. Oh, also, Professor, we're doing our drive, our annual drive. Let me do that one first, and that is $25. Where we want about 400 to 500 people to support that, so that we can get our first shipment of Bibles out. We also want to be able to bless about 15 to 25 families for the holiday. Shout out to Always Available. They're partnering with gift cards for at least 10 kids, but we want to service 25 to 35 kids this holiday. So you can go to our website, nmdinc.org/support. There it is. Put that up there. In fact, why don't you share a little bit about how they can get in touch with you in terms of the media while I get this cord for this. All right.
Absolutely. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do the old DM, but I would prefer you email us, go to our website at No More Dirty. I promise you it's under contact. You can send it to our team. We will get back to you as soon as possible. We're always looking for people to partner up with, and we're always looking for people who want to make a difference in this community.
I believe that's it, man. Did we cover everything?
I think we covered all the bases. He actually answered all the questions. Y'all know how difficult that was to get him to do.
To get me to do that stuff. But man, shout out again. Let's give it up for my man Tucker Higgins. You already know the business, our social media guru. And also, we got to also say a special thank you to our entire team.
Of course.
Man, we got Diane Bryant. We have Juanita Gonzalez. We have the whole team, Professor. We got DJ Scissorhands, Sam Smite, DJ Fanatic in the building. Also, we want to say shout out, big ups to our former Life Lessons cat. We got Dr. Mike Cross in there, and also we got Coach Joe. And we got the whole crew, the Green Room Entertainment. And it's most important, we want to say thank you to you for taking time to tune in every week.
Mm-hmm.
And we do this every week, Doc. And shout out to my boy, Professor X. So there it is, Give Back every Friday, every Wednesday night. You already know how we do this. It's the No More Dirty TV show. It's 100% clean, family friendly, but we turn all the way up. You can have a party for an hour listening to this show. Then on Saturdays, you get what we got right here. There he is, Professor X, the man with the plan. He is the dude that you don't see on the screen, but he's always rocking with me live and well. And our co-host, again, we want to say special graces and thank you to Tucker. And that, so Saturdays at 2, 7:30 p.m. on Mondays, because for a lot of people on travel. And then on Sundays, you already know the business, No More Dirty Radio, 5 p.m. G93. Then we got 6 p.m. We got, oh my goodness. Then we got We Up 103.1. They both have apps, so that means you can enjoy them as well. And then after you get through enjoying the 5 o'clock show that you see on the screen, then we got the 6 o'clock show on We Up 103.1. And then we finale on Mondays worldwide with Ann C. Shout out to her, the whole team at envision-radio.com. Don't forget to plug that one too, Professor. Get that one up on the screen for us. And then, of course, everything we do is really all about making a difference. There it is, We Up. And then you already know Mondays, there it is. You already know, envision-radio.com. So we just want to say thank you, Anchor. You can check us out worldwide on our platform. Go to our website, nmdinc.org. We really want everybody to jump on board. We want about 400 to 500 people. $25, you can write it off. You automatically get the tax write-off, but you'll be able to bless somebody. What do you think, bro?
I think it's an amazing opportunity.
Man, might as well do it. Listen, we're going to blow it just eating at IHOP or something, man. That's $25, brother, just for a meal. But this will go a little bit longer, blessing somebody. So, again, give back during this holiday season. Again, shout out to Pastor and Pastor Bismarck. Oh, man, thank you so much for allowing us to part with you. We're excited about partnering with you in Kenya. And again, to everyone else, and a salute to all the partners that we partnered with this year. Right?
Absolutely.
Man, if it wasn't for you, we couldn't do what we do. So let's continue to keep this thing alive and have a fantastic day, evening, and a fantastic holiday season. And then a wonderful New Year's. And we're going to have a great turn up in the New Year's. This is it. You already know your host, Minister Fred 2, Doc Whitlow, Coach Whitlow for the Young Cats, and my co-host,
Tucker Higgins. You already know, the best and the baddest.
The best and the baddest. Really, let's take them out. Hey, let's take them out with my song, These Are They. These are they that came out of great trials and tribs. We all going through something, but we made it, and we're going to do our best and live our best life, because we and you and they are no more dirty. We'll see you next time.
I realize that this is serious. I realize you're going through a lot of stuff that you should not go through, but guess what? You have to go through, because you must be a part of what God has called the These Are They squad. Check it out. These are they. These are they, these are they. Let me hit ya with that holy scripture so that you can see that these are they that keep the 10 commandments of the G to the O to the D, found in Exodus chapter 21 through 17. Yes, these are they that have the faith of Jesus Christ, strictly. So flip the B to the I to the B to the L to the E. The text be Revelations 14, verse D12, and you would discover that these are they that have the patience of the saints, run the race, keep the pace, never, ever, ever make haste, cause these are they that will not see death. Hey, face to face, they will see the JC on that glorious day, man. I can't wait, I hope to see that you'll be in the place, yo. It's by his G to the R to the A to the C to the E. Everybody say with me that hook me. These are they, please. These are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh. but endure to the second coming of JC. Yo, these are they. These are they that stood on the Mount of Zion next to the Lamb of Yahweh. These are they that have their father's name written in their foreheads for eternity. Cause these are they that was not corrupted by immorality. Yes, these are they that worshiped on the seventh day, Sabbath as the true Lord's day, in spite of mad persecution and controversy. These are they that remain celibate and virgins for Christ's name's sake. And these are they whose mouth was clean, no gall at all. Cause these are they redeemed from among all men, being the first fruit unto the God and the Lamb. These are they that overcame by the only begotten blood and their own testimony. That's the reason why we sing. These are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh. And these are they that wash their robes in the blood of the slain, but risen Lamb. So these must be they that came out of great trials and tribs, and so not death, but endured to the second coming of JC. Yo, these are they. Right, I'm out on this track. Check it out. Here we go. Check it out. Finally, these are they that will say on that glorious day, lo, this is our God. We have waited for him. Now he will save us. These are they that sang the new song before God's majesty. It's a song of Moses and the Lamb. Nobody else had dibs to sing this special jam. Not even the elders nor the four beasts. Even the holy cherubim and the seraphims had to be ceased. Silent be, only they, aka 144,000 redeemed from the earth at the second coming of JC. I pray that you will be on that great day and you say with me, cause these are they that stood before the throne of Almighty without any spot or wrinkle made. Cause blood washed white robes, you understand me? Cause if you're not a part of these, then you gon' be lost. Sing. These are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh. And these are they that wash their robes in the blood of the slain, but risen Lamb. So these must be they that came out of great trials and tribs, and so not death, but endured to the second